Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. I'm Scott Fox, lifelong insurance nerd. Today we're talking about the hidden Medicare cost that surprises new retirees. And this one is brutal because it doesn't feel like a cost at the moment you make the mistake. It feels like a paperwork detail. Then later you find out you just bought yourself a penalty that lasts forever. I'm talking about late enrollment penalties and the I thought I did it right timing traps that trigger them. Today I'll show you the two penalties that surprise people most. Part B and Part D, the most common situations that cause them, and exactly how to avoid getting hit. Let's get nerdy. Here's the problem. Medicare has rules that sound simple until real life happens. You retire. Your employer coverage changes. COBRA shows up. Your spouse's plan is involved. Or you're still working part-time. And suddenly the question becomes, am I supposed to enroll in Part B right now? Or can I wait? If you guess wrong, there are two big penalties. First, the Part B late enrollment penalty. If you delay Part B when Medicare thinks you shouldn't have, you get a penalty, and it lasts as long as you have Part B. That means forever. Nerd tip, the Part B penalty isn't a one-time fine. It is an ongoing premium increase that lasts the rest of your life. Second, the Part D late enrollment penalty. Same idea, different area. Prescriptions. If you go too long without creditable drug coverage, Medicare can add a penalty to your Part D costs, even if you later enroll. Nerd tip. Part D penalties often happen to people who don't take meds, so they assume they could skip drug coverage. That assumption can get expensive. Now let's talk about the trap that nails a ton of people. You retire, and HR says, hey, good news, you can keep your employer coverage through COBRA. And you think, perfect, I'll just do COBRA first, then Medicare later. Here's the punchline. COBRA is not a substitute for delaying Medicare Part B. So people ride COBRA for 18 months, then try to enroll in Part B, and Medicare says, cool story, bro. Where were you when you were supposed to enroll? Penalty time. Nerd tip. COBRA can be great coverage, but it doesn't protect you from Part B late enrollment penalties the way active employer coverage can. It doesn't count. Next trap. My spouse is still working, so I'm covered. My spouse is still working, and I'm on their plan, so I don't need Medicare yet. Sometimes that's true. Sometimes it's a landmine. The key question isn't, do I have insurance? The key question is it active employer coverage from a current job, and does it count the way Medicare requires? There's one more detail that people miss. Employer size matters in how Medicare coordinates. So you can be covered and still end up enrolling late. Nerd tip. Don't treat I have coverage as the answer. Treat it as the beginning of the question. Next trap. I'm healthy. I'll just skip Part D. People think, I'm not on meds. I'll just skip the drug plan. Now here's why Medicare can still penalize that. You can go from no prescription to surprise prescriptions pretty quickly. And Medicare rules care about whether you had creditable drug coverage, not whether you used it. So even if you're the healthiest 65-year-old on earth, Medicare can still say you didn't have drug coverage when you were supposed to. Penalty time. Nerd tip. Part D isn't just about your current meds. It's about keeping your options open and avoiding penalties. So what situation are you in right now? Still working with employer coverage? Retiring soon? Already retired and trying to figure out if you missed something? Or helping a spouse or parent? Go ahead and drop it in the comments without any personal information, of course. I read them, and it helps me make follow-up videos that actually match where you are. If this video was helpful, please like and subscribe. I try to make Medicare make sense without all the salesy nonsense. Here's how to dodge these penalties without needing a law degree. Know your Medicare moments. You generally get key enrollment windows around when you turn 65. So in the year that you turn 65, pay attention. Losing employer coverage and retiring or leaving active work coverage. The mistake is assuming Medicare will automatically line up with whatever your employer plan does. It won't necessarily. Nerd tip. Medicare doesn't care that HR said you're covered. Medicare cares which enrollment window you're in. Ask one question before you delay Part B. Before you delay Part B, you want a clear answer to, does my current coverage allow me to delay Part B without a penalty? Not, is it good insurance? Not, is it expensive or cheap? Not, do I like it? Specifically, does it protect me from penalty rules? Nerd tip. If the person advising you can't clearly answer that question, you're not getting advice. You're getting vibes. Don't let COBRA make the decision for you. If you're offered COBRA, you may still need to enroll in Medicare on time. COBRA can still be part of your plan, but you want to coordinate it correctly. Nerd tip. COBRA is often a bridge, but it's not always a shield. Here's what penalty surprises look like. You delay Part B thinking you're fine, then later your premium is higher than you expected. Not because prices went up, but because Medicare says you enrolled late. And now you're paying more every month, forever. Same with Part D. You go uninsured for drug coverage for a while, then you enroll later. Medicare adds a penalty. These are avoidable costs. And the most frustrating part is they don't feel like spending. They feel like getting caught. So the hidden Medicare cost that surprises new retirees isn't always a premium. It's often a penalty caused by a timing trap. COBRA, spousal coverage assumptions, skipping Part D because you're healthy, or delaying Part B because someone said you can. And if you take one thing from this video, it's this. Before you delay Part B or Part D, confirm in plain English that your current coverage lets you delay without penalties. If you want help sorting out your specific situation, retiring, switching coverage, turning 65, COBRA decisions, you could schedule a call with me using the link in the description. I'll help you map the steps so you don't accidentally trigger lifetime penalties. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay nerdy, my friends.